August 16th through the 18th, Carl White and the Marketing Animals are going to be putting an event on to make you a better marketer in Nashville, in Tennessee. Now, if you've never been to Nashville, it's incredible. It's one of my favorite places in the country. That's because I like great landscape, nice people, good food, and fantastic live music, and Nashville has that better than anybody else. Oh, and when you go, you're going to be a better marketer. So check it out. All you have to do is click this banner right over there or somewhere in this ecosystem. So Facebook is changing their algorithm, which according to Realtor.com is going to make it harder for real estate agents to use the platform Facebook for marketing. Now, hold on a second. It's not going to be that bad. Now, we over here at the National Real Estate Post, we had a hard time deciphering this article. Exactly what does it mean? Because I gotta tell you, it didn't make sense to us until, and I do mean until we approached this like a casual Facebook user or, a NAR social media expert. You get it? Moving on. And then once we looked at it like a casual user, it all became clear. Here's how the Facebook algorithm is going to change. The new concept is being called the living room idea, and it exposes users to less content generated outside of your inner circle of friends. Now, that means the stuff that you post right now on your timeline is going to get either further suppressed to all of your Facebook friends in the larger community, okay? So when you post a listing on your timeline, the only ones who are going to see it are the people you're talking to all the time. And that's because going forward, Facebook will now post or show to fewer and closer contacts. So the 5,000 friends that you've accumulated, like your 1997 Topps baseball card factory set, well, they're both useless. Now, Realtor goes on to say that this is more of an evolution of Facebook's algorithm rather than a drastically new approach, so don't freak out. Among the changes, this one's kind of big here, guys, listen up. Content from Facebook groups users belong to are now going to take precedence on everybody's feeds. So your groups, the ones that you're a part of, will now show more on your feed, made more visible to you, and vice versa. The idea is to get users more content, that they're actually interested in, like from the groups that they participate with. What this boils down to, it really is a get off your timeline and quit collecting people like baseball cards approach to Facebook that you need to engage. Because if you're doing that as you have in the past, it's no longer going to work. The new algorithm is going to put a precedence on your groups. So for those agents who do target marketing with their listings to groups that have a tie into that property are going to make out like bandits. All other forms of Facebook marketing are simply going to suffer the consequence. Or to put this another way, if you're a real estate agent or lender and you use Listing Booster like we've been training you for over 5 years, it's going to get even better. For those who don't, so jump on board with Listing Booster. Now, this is pretty interesting, and I'm sure you've heard about this. Everybody right now is drawn down political lines, and for half of the country, they're making fun of Ben Carson because he didn't know in a congressional hearing that an REO was not a cookie, an Oreo. Everybody was going, oh my God, Ben doesn't even know what an REO is. Ben Carson, the head of HUD.
Do you know what an REO is?
An Oreo?
No, not an Oreo. An REO. REO.
Real estate?
By the way, I just want to point this out. An REO, not an Oreo, but an REO, it's an acronym. This is just a thought here, just conjecture. Maybe the reason Ben Carson, the Secretary of HUD, didn't know what an REO is during his reign is because REOs or foreclosures on his watch have all but disappeared. I mean, this is just speculation, but maybe Ben Carson doesn't know about REOs because they ain't anywhere to be found on his docket because nobody's getting foreclosed on these days. Jeez. It really does kind of make me wish if only Ben Carson, had to deal with massive foreclosures like the last 3 HUD secretaries under the last 4 presidents, then maybe he'd be better equipped to deal with this type of acronym. Because I gotta tell you, I'll tell you a few that he would know. If there was an acronym for record low unemployment, I'll bet Ben would know about that because that's going on. I'll bet if there was an acronym for record high home sales and prices, he'd probably know about those too. I bet he'd also know about an acronym over the lowest vacancy ratios we've ever seen or record pay hikes due to low unemployment. Are there acronyms for those? Because I bet he'd know them. Now, if this representative, Katie Porter, who was grilling Ben Carson in the most remarkably condescending tone, has her way with housing.
No, not an Oreo. An REO. REO.
Real estate.
What's the O stand for?
Organization.
And brings back all the regulation that helped torpedo housing and hurt the recovery, then I'm sure the next HUD secretary will surely be familiar with the term REO and short sale and asset manager. But until then, I guess we're all just stuck with a dumb old brain surgeon running HUD. And I, for one, I'm okay with that. Hope you are too. Make it a great day and share this on Facebook because it helps this guy, Frank's gone. I'll see you on Tuesday. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. Later.